Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmasso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmasso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a variant launched in 2022. This is the Patek Philippe World Time 5230P001. So in platinum, this watch 38.5 millimeters in diameter, 10.2 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 46.9 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. And you can see between the lugs that top Vesselton diamond, reminding you this is a modern day platinum Patek Philippe watch. Throwing the watch on the wrist, you can see that it wears nicely, handsome, compact, flat enough to fit underneath the dress cuff. There are no issues there. It's also fairly narrow across the wrist at under 47 millimeters lug to lug. I find that this would wear well on a wrist smaller than mine, probably a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. And again, my wrist 16 has no problems here. Sloped bezel and thin profile, mitigating against fit issues with a tight sleeve. The strap here is a Patek Philippe factory piece, calfskin on the bottom, and a wonderful nubuck on the top with a contrasting stitch, a little bit like an aviator strap. It features a matching Calatrava cross atop a platinum folding clasp from Patek Philippe to prevent droppage of your watch while donning or removing at bedside. The timepiece includes a relatively complex case profile, though the previous 5130s crown guard structures are gone, creating a more pared back, compact appearance, even though the size difference is only 1 millimeter. We also have these dramatically stepped lugs. This is also a break from the old 5130, which had blended Calatrava style lugs. These are stepped out dramatically. They have a little bit of a bevel along their side. Everything here is high polished, including the pusher adjuster for the World Time system, Calatrava cross on the Patek Philippe crown, all this water resistant. You can see on the reverse side the movement caliber 240 Heure Universelle. It is a micro rotor automatic, so the micro rotor advantages being the convenience of automatic winding, but also the open unobstructed caseback vista of a manual, because you don't have a winding rotor and a bridge to block your view, and the thin profile of manual wind. Now here it's a automatic winder with ceramic rotor bearings, a 22 karat micro rotor, 48-hour power reserve, a 3 hertz or 6 beat per second rate. It has a free-sprung Gyromax style balance adjusted in 6 positions, an anti-magnetic silicone Spiromax hairspring. This movement features 33 joules and the Patek Philippe seal, and it's guaranteed to run no worse than -3 + 2 seconds a day from the factory, and all this water resistant to 30 meters. You can see, without any additional elaboration or verbiage, that it is handsomely finished, to an extent that you don't see anymore at the likes of Jaeger-LeCoultre and Audemars Piguet. Here we have a judicious blend of hand finish and mechanical finish, but with more of an emphasis on the hand finishing at the end of the process. And nowhere is that more evident than in the bevels, which are truly rounded and mirrored, started by mechanical means but finished by hand. Now on the dial side, we have the World Time system. So the Louis Cotier system, developed in the 1930s. We have 24 reference cities surrounding the dial to represent the 24 principal time zones of the world. We then have this counterclockwise rotating 24-hour reference ring. Half of it is blue, that represents the places where it is roughly night, and half silver, the places where it is roughly day. Now you put your reference city up at 12 o'clock, so you want to make sure your reference city is straight up. If it's upside down, you're looking at the wrong part of the dial. So I'm in Philadelphia, so my time zone is US Eastern, so New York would be my reference city. Now I know that I'm looking, for example, at 6 p.m. because I look next to New York and I see 18, and 18 is 6 p.m. And it's the same for all of the other time zones. I can see it is 5 a.m. in Dhaka. I can see it is 9 a.m. in Sydney. And it works just like that. The hands at center, as well as the applique indices, are white golds. They will be beautiful, never tarnish, stain, or oxidize. Now, if I want to change my time zone, let's say I want to go visit Jorgen, Pierre, and Aldous at De Bethune in L'Auberson. They're going to be on Paris time. I'm just going to run Paris all the way around the dial so you can see how the system works. It does all the math for you. Now you can see that in Paris it is midnight because we have that overlap the two hands and we have the little crescent moon. So in Paris it is midnight. So that's what happens. As you change your time zone, You change your reference city, you realign, and the watch will do all the math for you. Now, of course, if you wish, you can adjust this system without moving the reference city, and you can see how the hands move opposite the reference ring. Now, at the center of the dial, we have real rose-lathe hand guilloche, which is beautiful and has been handsomely blued, a sort of navy, maybe a little bit lighter than navy. There's a lot of blue on this dial, and if you look carefully, you can see there's even a gradient. It's a lighter blue at the center, and then it fades to black, deep navy at the edge of the city reference ring. This is a fantastic watch and an emblematic Patek Philippe complication dating back to the original 96 world timers of the early 1930s. A truly special piece and very wearable at 38.5 millimeters in diameter. Reach out to T. Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.